Welcome Barefoot Bible. Today's video continues a presentation of the fiery furnace from Daniel chapter 3. And actually, we're wrapping it up today. Shadrach and his two friends took a bold stand for their faith, and King Nebuchadnezzar really reacted with a deadly fury. Verse 19, then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The form of his visage changed. That indicates that his face actually changed, his look. As the children's cartoon would say, the king had angry eyebrows. Verse 19, he spoke and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. The furnace was actually a large kiln. Nebuchadnezzar chose his toughest warriors, and the men were bound in everything, in their coats, their hosen, their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Nebuchadnezzar did choose his toughest warriors, but they died throwing the three princes into the superheated furnace. Their death actually proves beyond any reasonable doubt that this fire was fatally hot. Nebuchadnezzar asked his wise men in verse 24, did not we cast 3 men into the midst of the fire? And they answered and said unto the king, true, O king. Verse 25, the king gave his eyewitness testimony. Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Reminds us of the prophet Isaiah. He wrote, when thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. Through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. From Isaiah 43:2. Nebuchadnezzar had to ask Shadrach and his friends to come out of the furnace. The only thing that was burned in that fire were the ropes that held them. Can you believe that? Verse 27, the eyewitness testimony of their accusers is just amazing. The princes, governors, captains, the king's counselors gathered together, saw the men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was the hair of their heads singed. Neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire even passed on them. This was literally a miracle with tremendous eyewitness testimony. Hey, please subscribe and share with your Facebook friends. Next week, our video will be on the mystery of the handwriting on the wall from Daniel chapter 5. Please tune back in. It'll be next Thursday. Look forward to seeing you.